Well, welcome back to Remax TV. Geoff Baldwin's my name. I'm the Managing Director of the company. And today we're having a bit of a chat with David Willis, our staff from Remax Lighthouse Realty in Bunbury. How you going, Dave?
Good, Jeff.
Good to see you, mate. Thanks for making the trip down to have a chat with us.
That's all right. No worries.
Mate, you're a bit of an exponent of social media. I see you're well into it. Can you tell us a little bit about how that works for you?
Well, it's a matter of not pushing yourself into social media, pushing your product as much as you can. It's just about being natural and forming relationships with like-minded people.
And I see you've done that well. You've been on Facebook, for instance, from my knowledge, for about 6-8 months, and I see your friend base has built up pretty well there. How many friends you got on there now?
Nearly 700, but it's a matter of once you develop a base, then it's a natural progression. People then obviously join your network as well. So there's a massive amount of leaders, trainers, coaches, those sorts of people out there. Jeff, as you know, you're with Facebook as well. So the wealth of knowledge out there, you've just got to go out and hunt it down, and that's what I've done.
Yeah, and it's a sort of an evolving process, isn't it? It's changed so much, even in the last 8 months. It's amazing how the whole concept of Facebook has changed. And they say now it's equal to the 4th largest country in the world by population, and that's pretty impressive. So from the point of view of people who aren't involved with social media, it'd be fair to say that they're probably in ignorant bliss of the fact that people are looking to do business with fellow Facebookers, and if they're not there, then they're not in the race, pretty much.
Definitely, Jeff. Before I got onto Facebook, I was sort of, should I, shouldn't I? And I was very reluctant to do it. When my daughter found out I was on Facebook, she called me a geek, and that's a perception that there sort of is sometimes. It's starting to fade, but there was a perception that it was only for nerds, but it's becoming a very serious business tool to the point where there's probably more reps on Facebook now than not on Facebook. So you either join in and get the benefits, or you stay off and get left behind. Yeah,
well, from our point of view as a group, I'm probably one of the only franchise group leaders that are on Facebook, which I find terrific.
Yeah, definitely.
And I get to interact with some terrifically positive people, as you say, trainers and presenters and people from all walks of life. And I'm finding that I'm getting some really good contacts from that. It's the same as you. I totally agree that it's something that that we've got to really focus on. And as you know, Remax WA has really put an emphasis on training our people in social media, and even today I ran a session with some people, and that some of them were on it, some of them were sort of half on it, and others were thinking about it, and yet you get a couple of them that are really into it, and I think after that session a lot of them sort of opened their eyes and said, wow, it's not just a matter of people getting on there and talking about the latest dress they're wearing or what restaurant to go to. It's
and you as an employer, of course, and CEO of the company, you can friend all of your employees and find out when if they're on Facebook during the day.
I don't think that goes down too well. And look, some of those protocols are really important with Facebook, and it's important that we keep that in mind. But certainly from my point of view, Remax WA, we're focusing on really getting ourselves into the social media arena and understanding it without becoming victims to it, which some people do, but certainly understanding it and using it as another tool, not only to do business, but to get our name out there and show people that we're not just real estate agents, but we're part of the larger community.
Yeah. There's a bit of a fear out there that social media, I'll put my photos on there, they'll be available to anybody. It's a scary thing. Somebody's going to find out something about me, those sorts of things, or somebody's going to send me a nasty note or something like that,
So they're going to do that anyway with your
Well, they probably will anyway. They'll send you a nasty note or they'll ring you. But with social media, it's almost a self-policing thing where, you've got a good group of friends and contacts, and, people who abuse it, they get sorted out pretty quickly. I know there was a post I put on there the other day, I can't remember what it was, but one of my mates actually had a dig at me about it, and then one of my other Facebook friends who lives in Perth, this was a personal friend, had a dig. This lady stuck a comment on there, "Oi, you leave our David alone." So you can have a bit of fun as well.
Look, from the other point of view, it does keep you on your mettle as far as not saying silly things. And,
absolutely.
And I think a lot of people have had to have a really close look at themselves in what and how they project their personality and so forth. And I think it's a positive thing from that point of view.
Definitely.
Certainly, if somebody gets on there and makes a goose of themselves, they certainly cop it from everyone else, don't they?
That's right.
So it's a very positive. Now, look, just changing the subject a little bit. Since we've been involved together in Remax, it'd be fair to say I've got a big focus on training, not just on social media, but from every aspect. And one of the things I really admire about you, and it reflects in the success that you have in Bunbury in real estate, is the fact that you're into everything.
Yeah.
You know, you're out there trying to learn as much as possible, and I take that as a huge compliment. But there's nothing better than starting a training course and seeing Dave's smiling face in the audience. So, you know, obviously you see value in that.
I wouldn't call it a focus, Geoff. I'd probably call it more of a passion that you've got. I know that you love what you're doing, it is very important. There's more to real estate than simply flogging houses. And you know, it's my son quite often asks me, "Why do you always keep going to training, Dad?" Well, why do top sports people continue to train week after week? The same reason. You've got to keep sharp, got to keep ahead of the game, and you can do that with Remax.
Well, the easiest thing to do is find an excuse not to go to a training session, and you know, and it's not. But there's nothing more frustrating than someone else going and coming back and saying, "You should have been there today. We did this, that."
Exactly.
Oh, goodness.
As with the mentoring program that. A few of the people that missed out found out the reasons that.
That was a bit of a trick, wasn't it?
It was, which it worked. It worked well, and you got the people there that deserve to be there.
We put a price on everything, and when they got there, we said, well, actually, we're not going to charge you. But it was good to see, you know, a dozen keen people turn up ready with their checkbooks to pay the $1,800 for the course, and they were pretty pleased when I said to them, "We're not going to do that. We just wanted to test who was willing to commit."
Exactly.
So congratulations, mate, on putting your hand up for that.
That's all right.
Remax in general, you know, you've been with a couple of different brands before joining us, and then you joined us under my brand, and then we decided to go worldwide. And join the Remax group as part of the largest real estate brand in the world. And I think we were the 79th region. So and they're in that many countries. So how's that working for you?
Very well. The profile is there. Remax profile. It's, you know, as you say, Geoff, it's global. So you can't get much further than that. Unless they're intending to go extraterrestrial, but it's a global force, and it is a terrific force as well. The marketing's great, the brand recognition's great. Ask anybody, do you know about Remax? Yeah, we do. They're all over the place. You get to operate more as, I guess, an individual rep rather than just being part of a group and a part of a brand and sort of shunted into the back where the company gets all the limelight. So basically Remax has taken a backward step and said, we're coming back, we're going to promote you. You're going to be out there with the lights on, as we are now, but you're going to be out there with the lights on. Remax will simply do the marketing in the background, promotion and growth of the company for all of your benefit, and that's terrific.
And the philosophy is that you're in business for yourself and not by yourself. And
exactly.
That's something that really excites me, you know. And I see the benefit as the leader of the group of saying, let's get our individuals out there, because they're the people that interact face to face, belly to belly with the public. So, you know, the brand is a secondary. The brand is really a thing, whereas you're a human being.
That's right.
You know, we understand the importance of pushing the salesperson out there, promoting them, because they are the most important connection with our public. And then obviously, as a brand, we benefit from that in the long term.
The thing I don't get though, Geoff, is that some groups, some real estate groups, they won't even allow the rep to have their name on the for sale sign. I mean, we've got names, photos. We're out there screaming from the rooftops, and Remax is proud to do that.
And isn't that a lot of fun?
Yeah, exactly. That's right. It is good fun. Yeah.
Well, mate, look, thanks for taking the time to sit down with us today on our new concept, Remax TV. We're going to have some terrific fun with this. So expect to see yourself up in lights soon on Facebook, for instance, on our internet site. And
send me the check. Send me the check, won't you?
Well, that'll come one day, mate. You know what you get? You get the check from the recognition because you go out there and sell more houses.
Exactly.
You know my saying, you want a pay rise, sell more houses.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly. That's the one. Yeah.
So, well, Dave, mate, thanks for spending some time with us today. It's just a new concept for us, Remax TV. It's an opportunity for us to talk and get it out there amongst the group and to let people know what we're really about. So I really appreciate you making the time, mate, and I look forward to some more big things because you've already created a name for yourself down there, and you're really kicking a bit of serious butt in Bunbury, so keep that happening, and say hello to the boys at Lighthouse for me, because you know, we love you all, and it's terrific to have you part of the group, mate.
Terrific to be part of the group as well.
Terrific. Thank you very much.
Okay.